Hello, my fellow patriots. This is Alex with another Disabled Vets Perspective, and I just finished listening to our president. He was meeting with the AMVETS on their 75th anniversary of their existence. It's a good group. I've had dealings with the AMVETS. They take care of their veterans, and they really work hard to get the veterans through the system when they're having trouble with paperwork and stuff like that. And there's a lot of programs like Rolling Thunder that goes through DC with all the veterans and all the bikers that go through there to show their support for our military. A couple of things that I took from it. Like I said, it's the 75th anniversary of their existence, which is pretty cool. But the programs that have been involved for the veterans, as you know, that's what I try to focus on my show on Sunday, is Veterans Inside Veterans Affairs. 7,500 people, approximately, have been fired, finally, in the VA system. Apparently the people that screw up are finally gone. And before this, you could complain about somebody that was treating you like crap at the VA, and they just smirk. They don't give a damn. Didn't give a damn. They do now. So if you work for the VA and you don't take care of the veterans, you're gone. There's no more shitting on veterans when they go in to try to get help and stuff like that. And there's no more of this when they're sitting behind their desk, you're an inconvenience and you're bothering them for approaching them at that particular moment. There was a lot of that. And even in my VA center, I've noticed a pretty big change. It's getting better. Things are getting better, and that's a plus. But along with that information about 7,500 people being fired, finally, the president signed a document that will relieve student loan debt from all of the veterans with 100% disability rating. So no more of this burden hanging over them, wondering how they're going to survive and pay their student loan debt at the same time. Because I'll tell you, absolute first-hand experience, the disability that you receive from the VA and the limitations that come with that, you kind of barely exist. But you know, if you do things right, you can have a decent life, but you will never be rich. You will never be beyond living paycheck to paycheck that I can say I'm aware of. But anyway, this will be a huge favor to the veterans. It makes a really big difference when you live on the VA disability. The rule is every penny counts, and it really does. So, two good things that I got out of this speech from him. But he's working on it. He's getting things done. The veterans are going to start having a better life. He mentioned that there's a new inhaler that was created by Johnson & Johnson. He kind of hinted around that he'd like them to give back to the country, you know, and make that one particular medication free, because apparently it's been approved, it's been through the testing, and again, it's an inhaler, so it goes up the nose, but it's an anti-anxiety inhaler. Apparently it shows some real good promise, so maybe Johnson & Johnson will say, okay, yeah, you know what, we'll do that. And maybe it'll be for the veterans. But the anxiety, you know, that's real, because when you go places, you tend to be a little tactical every time you leave the house. And that means driving into a parking lot, you're looking for sniper positions. You don't want to end up in a dead end. You want to make sure you have exits. So, you know, you're always thinking in a tactical way, as opposed to just going to the grocery store. You're analyzing your threat all the time, and that's just, you can't turn that off, because that gets bred into you in your training through the military. It becomes a part of your soul that you are combat prepared at every minute of your life. And this medication that's coming out with Johnson & Johnson is it's showing real good promise. So we can say that's a real good thing. I'm trying to think of a couple other things that he talked about. Well, I mentioned Rolling Thunder, and he's going to be backing Rolling Thunder because the people that, the liberals that run D.C. were trying to make it impossible for them to get permits. And, you know, they were mentioning this last year that was going to be the last Rolling Thunder because it was just getting too expensive. So President Trump's going to be working with them on that and make sure that it still stays an annual part of D.C. So that's really cool. He's going to be making sure that the bikers and the veterans get to celebrate in D.C. with everybody. So anyway, that's cool stuff. So I feel like this is a good video because, you know, things are going well now. We're really starting to see things happen through the VA, and even the articles that I read on Sunday are getting better. The positive is coming out, and I've got a couple of people, like 82nd Airborne that's on here. He's one of my subscribers, and he says that his place where he goes to the VA is outstanding, and I'm so glad for that. And my goal is to make all of them outstanding. Good medicine is exposure, and if there's a problem, it needs to be exposed, not with the idea of destroying something, but with the idea of repairing it. And that's what I do. So anyway, I wanted to do this quick video because I just finished listening to the president speak at the AMVETS Association meeting, their annual meeting, and I just think a couple of really good things have just happened, and we'll see how much better it gets from here. But I've got myself a new stick so you don't have to look right up at my nose hairs when I'm doing one of these walk-arounds. So you got to learn how to hold it so it doesn't make a vomit cam. But anyway, I'll let it go at this. But if you guys like what I have to say, make sure you hit that thumbs up, hit that like button. You know, get over there and hit that subscribe if you haven't subscribed to me yet. We're creating new fun shows, 3 a week now, and make sure you hit that little bell so it rings when I put out a new video. And until next time, y'all, you know me, staying in the fight.